Hey everybody and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Whew. I hope everybody is doing well out there. It was kind of an intense day. We had some hits with some really intense energies. You can kind of feel the collective of, you know, kind of going into a place of not wanting to be here, being triggered, feeling low vibrations, feeling low depression, anxiety, or anything like that. So my suggestion for each of you is just to keep yourselves outside in nature if you can, keeping yourselves in the flow state, however that looks for you. Like for me, I it's my day off, so I had to go definitely lay down for a little bit today and just like allow myself to receive. Spirit's really asking us to just receive and just be and just relax and just allow our minds and our hearts to release what doesn't serve us and then receive all of this goodness. And sometimes it can look like triggers. You can be triggered with emotions where it's like coming at you so fast. And it's just really important to remember that, try not to take that out on your family members or your kids or your spouses or your husbands or I guess spouse, yeah, on your people, on your dog. Just try to retreat. Try to keep yourselves, intact and your mind's intact and your heart and your spirit intact because, we are going to go into a lot of different shifts probably in the next month. I keep hearing like July. My beautiful friend was saying July. I've heard a lot of people saying July is going to be big shifts and then into August. So I don't know. These shifts have been happening for so long now that it's just like you get to where you're like, it doesn't hit you as hard, as you keep going in your process of releasing the old, coming into the new, allowing these old energies, these old stuff to fall out, fall away, doing the inner work, doing the healing work, all that stuff. Eventually, like these waves of like really intense energies aren't as intense because you're doing the work. You're taking care of your energy. You're taking care of yourself and your body and your mind. It's the ones I feel like that are right in the beginning of the awakening, and maybe in the middle too. But really, the ones that aren't like looking at themselves, that aren't taking care of themselves, that aren't, and they've come here to do the inner work. Because I see so many people out there that are just like, I don't know if they even understand the awakening at all. And I don't even think it affects them at all. Like I work with a lot of different people and in different avenues of my different businesses, and I feel like they're probably getting hit with the energy, but they don't understand it. But they're just like living their life. They're just like going on about their life as though nothing has shifted, nothing has changed. And so it's very perplexing to my mind where I'm like, do you not feel any of this? And they're just like doing it. They're just living their life, they're making money, they're having fun, they're enjoying everything. And I'm like, okay, some of us came here some of us have eyes that see, some of us came here to really, make changes, I guess, behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, whatever it is. And we came here to really shift the energy. And so for those people that are like you and me that came here to wake up and came here to be of a different vibration and to harness in these high vibrations, those people that are not paying attention, that will not do the inner work, that are still drinking, still partying, still, out here doing whatever. Not that drinking and smoking are bad in any way. I should say that they're using these substances to numb is what I mean, because people still drink and smoke and whatever. These people are just numbing themselves out and not paying attention to themselves. Those are the people I'm talking about. And as these energies roll in, it gets harder and more intense for these people, and it hurts. I remember it would hurt every full moon. I was like, are we for real right now? Like, I have to go to work today. I have to function today. And I would literally get to work and just stare at the computer because I was just it was so intense. The energies, the mind was just trying to reprogram. It was trying to, I guess, upgrade is what you call it. But I would feel my brain literally trying to rewire. it was so intense, and I'd have all these experiences where I would feel my guides coming in, and sometimes it would feel like they were literally taking the top of my head off and doing work inside of my brain. It was the most bizarre experiences that I've had, but you end up being like this new person. You end up, not that that's going to happen, you're not going to take the top of your head off. I'm just saying was my experience and what I felt like. Yeah, don't worry about that. Just be quiet. But I'm just saying, you wind up as like this different person, this new, advanced superhuman in some ways, where you're like calling in all of these energies that you were, calling in, your future self. Like my future self and me merged a few years ago. So then it accelerates your life, accelerates everything. And so the things that are up ahead are kind of in plain sight. It's like you still have to do whatever you need to do to get to that place, but it's like it comes in closer. The vision of what you're creating, of what is up ahead for you is like more in vision for you, because time is truly it's truly not, it doesn't exist. Whenever I was, oh yeah, I do want to tell you guys about this really quick. So whenever I was laying down the other day, I think many of you know I've had hip problems since I started working at the hospital, and I was walking around the hospital all day, every day, and I couldn't get it to stop. Well, the other day, so I'll sometimes try to check into my hip and see what's going on, and I kept seeing this mangled leg, like it looks like mangled, where it's like hanging off the body. It's like that was the vision that I saw, and so I knew it was a past life. And so the other day, finally, the vision came in clear for me. As I laid down, I could see the mangled leg, and it was like my leg was like turned out this way, or whatever way, where it's like it was really injured. And then all of a sudden I see the full moon in clear sight, and this man, like this older man, he had white curly hair. It looks like a Roman times, but anyways, I put myself in that situation where he's laying on the ground, and I look up at the moon, I look back down at the man, I see that the man is me, and I asked Spirit, what do I need to do to heal this? What do I need to do how do I take care of this? And it's like I put energy into my hip in the 3D. I just put my hand on my hip in the 3D while I'm still in this time and space. And then all I hear was lay down. And so I laid down within him. And as I laid down within him, like literally just allowed my etheric body to just lay down him as a spirit. And as I laid down within him, it's like we started merging. Our energy started merging together. And so it's like his knowledge became my knowledge. His energy became my energy. And it's like so bizarre, because if you think about, it's like I question spirit. I question it, and I see it as energy. It's just all energy, all consciousness, all energy. People are like, oh, it's a bad spirit, it's a negative spirit. Oh, it's a negative energy, it's a positive energy. It's really just energy. That's it. Like it's just energy. Like I literally put myself into that situation as we go into these Mayan ceremonies, into these Native American ceremonies, as our etheric bodies, we literally tap into ourselves during these ceremonies. And so our spirit, our energy is just, our consciousness is just going. It can just travel in and out, going in and out of dimensions, in and out. And the more you do your inner work, the lighter your body is, the lighter your energy is, the easier it is to move around. When you are in a very dense energy, depression, anger, anxiety, things that are heavy, you can't move out of the mind. But when the mind is clear of all of the depression, the anxiety, the addiction, the nonsense that goes on in our minds, you can flow through effortlessly, easily, through all time and space. There is no governor on your minds. And that was the biggest piece for me of figuring out how to understand all of me, because I knew I was more expansive than just this body. I knew there were so many more layers to me. And you can feel trapped in this dimension. You can feel stuck. If I didn't know, and I you guys know I am coming from addiction. So I had quite a few experiences from a very, very young age where I was always trying to escape because I knew there was something so much more than just this 3D world. And when I was younger, that is the way I escaped, using drugs. It allowed my mind to open up and expand. I don't recommend that now, but to each their own, you know. But back then, I was so depressed and so anxious at a very young age that I was looking for any way to get the heck out of this dimension, and that was my way. And so the lighter, the more you work, the more you allow yourself to do the inner work and release, the more your light body becomes lighter and brighter, and you can move around and you can do, and you don't have to be stuck in your out. When you're light and you are energy and you're feeling good, that's when the ideas come. That's when all of the energy, that's when all the ideas are coming. I truly believe that, like, spirit and these ideas that change humanity and change the way, the course of our reality and the course of this reality is, spirit will give these ideas to many of people, like Elon Musk and all of these different people. I can guarantee there were so many people that already thought about the electric car. Just Elon Musk had the money, he had the thought, he got the idea, and he ran with it. Somebody that already has millions of dollars, it's super easy for them to just run with it. And of course, he's very smart and very driven to do this work. But, you know, there's so many ideas floating around out here that you can just tap right into, grab down, and then start working on it. There's so many of you that are geniuses and incredibly intelligent. And if you can just allow yourself to wake up and rise up and allow yourselves to connect into these sacred energies, it's like you will be able to allow yourselves to tap into your genius, into your imagination, into what you came to do. Okay. Hopefully that explains it all right. Well, I wasn't even expecting all that to come up, so let's get back. Oh, I love you guys so much. All right, here we go. Galai ola yate hasenmo priade kaloya shinima hero yara kanoma ade city be a eurocanamo ade sinimia balo ayate asini kilai yada kanamo ade Sitapelai at the esinimia, I like Yarakanamo a day, Sitapeloi, a la yate esinimia, o Yarakanamo a day, City, a la Yarakanamo a day, Cinemo, a la yate esid galai, Kula yate esinimo, Puyarakanamo a day, Cinema yellow Yarakira Yarakanamo a day. Ala kati isinimia piala yala kinoma ade sinimia piada kanama ade sini a yera kinema ade sitibeda yela kinama ade sinimia piada kanama ade shitipilai ala yera kanama ade sinimia kulai ala yera sinima ade situbukulai ala yeti isinimia put it sinima ade. Just taking all this energy from the mind and the heart. Releasing it out of you right now. Galai walai ete asinamoi. Sutapokolai ala iati isinia monea vierakanama ade. Sitipigalai alai ala iati isinia mea purakanama ade. All of that pain, all of that aggravation, all of that sorrow, all that depression and anxiety, just releasing that up and out of you. Galai otea sinimoi la kinamode. Patu sinimia. Galai atea sinimia. Pull up yes sinimia la irakanamade. And take all this energy out of your brain, out of your mind. Galai atea sinimoi. Sidepalai oyere kanamade. Sinimai Kodia sinu hala ia te sinimo la ia kono mate sinimo kila ia te sinimo kila ata ia kono mai pete asinimo pila ia kono mate sini ia kono la ia kono mate sutipokolo kiti esinimo ia kono mate. Like we moved a lot of energy out of the throat. Gilai o ia kino mai te esinimo pila kono mate. Sutipakalai kuia te esinimo pila ura kono mate sidilai ile kino ia kono mate. Kuti esinimo pila kono mate sidilai ala ia te esinimo ia kono mate. Sutipakalai kuia te esinimo pila kono mate. Clearing out your throats. Galai ala ia te esinimo pila kono mate sinamai kula ia te esini. Galai kiti esinimo pila ia kono mate sinimia pila konai. Galai kiti esinimo pila kono mai sete aloia te esinimo paloi kiti esinimo pila kono mate. We're just going to do an activation for each and every one of your chakras right now and then ground you. Galai ola ia te esinima pila kono mate sitilai o ia te esinima kura kira kono mate sitilai uri ia kono mate sinimo ia kono mate. Beginning at the shoulders and the throat, just clearing, releasing, and neutralizing all the energies. Alai o ia te esinimo pila kina mo ia te esini ala ia te esini hula hira kono mate. Galai kati esinimo pila kina mate sinilai uia te esini uia kina moe pia te esini ia kina mate. Halai ala ia te esini kira ia kina mate sidi uia kina mate. Bring that into the higher heart. Alai te esinimo pia kina mate. Activating, stimulating the heart, releasing all of that trauma, all of that pain, all of that sorrow out of the heart. Now, kila ia te esinimo pia kina mate. Sidalai ola ia te esinimo pia kina mate sinimia pia kina mai. Kete esinimo pia kina mate sidalai ola ia kina mate sinila ia kina mate. Just keep showing me a car accident that just keep showing me a car accident. Looks like a truck and another vehicle. Just clearing that out of your heart. Alai ala ia te asinimia pia kana mate sinilai ala ia te asini o ia kana mate sitilai kiti asinimia pia kana mate. Kulai alai ali ia te asinimia pia kana mate silalai ola ia te asini ia kana mate. Sitipakalai ola ia te asinimo pia kana mate. It might even have been like a wreck that I had a long time ago. So if you haven't been in some sort of a wreck, I wouldn't worry about it. This has already happened, and this, like I said, it might be something coming up for my own self. Excuse me. Kishinime pila hira kana mate, sinime pia kana mate. Kuji asinime pila hira kana mate, sini hira kana moe, la ia te esinimo pila kana mate. Sidilai la hira kana mate, sinime pia kana mate. Oh yeah. Just gonna call in. Sir Lancelot came in last night and brought me what he called my dragon relics. So I'm just gonna call in these sacred energies to flow into your hearts now. He's been coming in a lot. He'll just come right in. I'm like, okay, sir, LA, oyente esinime pia kana mate. Sidalai ola iata shinimia pila hira kanamante, shinimia pila kanamante. But just as our world is going through these shifts, so are the other worlds. So is, Avalon, Atlantis. So is all of these ancient worlds, ancient times. So is all the planets. Everywhere, every place is like shifting. And so we just gotta step into our power and really hold these high frequencies for the collective and for the world and for the universe and all the places. And all you gotta do is just be. Just keep working on yourselves, hold the high frequencies, and just be. Galai ola iati esini me piala kana mande sinene uyate esini alo iare kana mande sidilai kila iare kana mande. Clear out your heart. Alai adi esini me pialo kana mai sidilai kiti esini mo piala kana mai la ia esini me kila ialo kana mande. Pate esenima pila kirai alo ia shinimui o yere kanamo a day city light a yere knui kiti esenimui ala ia ti eshinimui. Just activating and stimulating the solar plexus. Alai o yete esenime kula yela kanamo a day. Just have a download coming in right now for your solar plexuses. O shinime pila kirai a yate eseni a yela kanamo a day city dalai kuyete esenimi. Kilai shiti alai uyate esenimi pila ira kanama ade cinema kilai kata ayalo yati esenimai alai ala ira kanama ade. I am seeing Thoth behind us right now, pulling out of your solar plexus. Galai ayatia sinamoyele yu shinimi pira kanamade. Sitalai ala ira kanamade. What looks like to me is he's pulling out like a lot of gunk. What is what it looks like? It looks like I just keep hearing like thousands upon thousands of years of turmoil. Shitelai uyati esanamai ela ier kinamade sitabogirai Gotei asanimia piede shinimie kura iera kinamade sitibogarai iera kinamade. Activate and stimulate down into the sacral now. Kilai uya yela yera kinamade sitibe kura iera kinamade shitiba yela kola yati esinimo piera kinamade sitibalai ala iwate esinime kilai ayete esinamai Wata esani wata ala ia chinimo kila iera kinamade. Activating and stimulating that sacral now. Just clearing out any traumatic events that have happened in your existence with your soul. Looks to me like something in regards to like maybe you've experienced a land eruption is what I keep getting. So maybe this is something in regards to like Atlantis or the fall of Atlantis or fall of one of these civilizations, or maybe it's something that you've experienced in this lifetime, like an earthquake or a tornado or something with a land eruption is what I'm getting the feeling of in your sacrals. And I'm getting like disaster. And I don't think it's anything that's coming. I think it's something that's already happened. But the trauma is still there, holding within your soul, within your body. So just clearing that energy out. And I do kind of get the hit that might be part of the fall of like Atlantis. And but I think so many different civilizations, had these disasters happen. So if it's not in this lifetime, just you can go ahead and just feel into it and probably feel into that it is from some sort of a past life that you've had in one of these civilizations that collapsed in because of disaster of the land. So land eruption, yeah. Kila uete eseni me pielo kira mo ade. Sedaloi ala uete eseni elo ira kina mo ade. Senime ila kina mo ade. So we're just soothing that energy, bringing safety and security into that area. Maybe you have fears of bad weather here, now, in this lifetime. Just going to clear that out. I know when I was growing up, I had so many fears of tornadoes and thunderstorms. As soon as I saw the dark clouds, it would freak me out. But we lived out in the woods, basically, in the South. And there were tons of tornadoes all the time, so we had to jump in the bathtub and put things over us, and so it's really traumatic and scary as a child. And I can remember this happening at a very young age, but it's just something we dealt with. Now I'm up in the mountains, or not in the mountains, I'm in the city, but we don't have all that here where I'm at. Just a lot of sometimes heavy snowfalls, but we don't deal with any of that here, so I don't have those fears anymore here. Galai ate esinue piela elo kina mo ade sedi yera kina mo ade sinimai kala ela kina wa yela kina mo ade sedalai alai e te esini o yera kina mo ade. Just soothing that energy. Kind of feeling like there's a fire in my throat right now. It's very bizarre. It kind of feels like the embers. Is that what you would call them, from the fire? It's like the fire in the sacral is like blazing up, and as it blazes up, it's like flowing up into your bodies and into the throat, and the throat's trying to release the smoke is what I'm getting right now. It's like it's trying to release. If you can take some big deep breaths and then just allow it to flow out, whatever that fire is consuming, whatever pain, whatever trauma, whatever turmoil it is consuming in your sacrals, it's trying to come up and out of you. So just take some breaths. Release it. I'm kind of hearing that some of you need to start working on doing some more deeper breaths, working on paying attention to your breath and taking deeper breaths and allowing yourself to sit with that breath, sit with your breath and just sit and just breathe and just focus on that. I think for so long and for so many of us, I shallow breathed until I got into this field, until I was probably 28 years old. I always was like I could not deep breathe. It felt so hard for me, and that's because I live with anxiety, with depression since I was like probably forever, since I was a child. I can remember feeling sad and feeling anxious. My heart always felt it was going to pop out of my chest. The anxiety was so intense. Like, I just wanted to literally just combust. I was so anxious. My heart, I can't believe it didn't explode when I was a child because it was going so fast. And so whenever I started doing, more work, inner work, it was like, breathe. It was so hard to breathe. It felt like work when I learned how to breathe. I was like, holy crap, this is taking a lot of my energy, but you have to build up to being able to take those deep breaths and releasing, giving your body oxygen, giving your organs oxygen, giving your heart, oxygen. Your body needs that breath to live. And I guess I didn't really want to live for so long, so I didn't really care about breathing. I can remember being depressed sometimes that I was like, maybe if I just stop breathing, then I'll just die. It's like, didn't work. The body wants to live. Your soul wants to live. So just try to breathe. We're just going to activate and stimulate the root now. All of those times that you haven't felt safe, just want to release that out. All those times you didn't feel wanted, unloved. All those times you felt scared and fearful about what tomorrow brings, about what today brings. Any of that energy from, these people that are creating laws and all this craziness. It's like, remind yourselves that you do not work and you are not ruled by man. There are forces and there are universal laws that will take care of everything for us, and things that are completely out of whack will be made right and justice will be served. And we just have to be patient, hang tight, be good to each other as much as you can, and just hold on, because it's all shifting. Everything is shifting, and it's going to continue to shift, and we just have to hold tight, hold steady, and hold, our love, heart open, and just keep going, because we don't really have a choice other than to keep going. We don't want to be miserable. So we don't want to be miserable, then we've got to figure out how to be happy. If we've got to release some of this worldly shit and allow ourselves to escape and to find our heaven on earth, and to put our blinders on for a minute and just find peace and comfort in our little world for a while, then so be it. That everything out there is going to continue to roll. It's going to continue to, produce chaos. It's going to continue to produce peace. It's going to continue to produce all of the things. It's up to you to decide what you want to attune yourself to. Do you want to be a part of the chaos? Do you want to be a part of the peace, the love? And it's really your choice. Nobody is forcing you to go one way or the other. You can be influenced all day long if you allow your mind to be, pulled this way and that way. But if you hold steady of, this is who I am, this is who I came to be, this is who I'm going to be, regardless of how you see it or have anything to say about it, this is who I am. I don't need to do anything other than be who I am, focus on what I want to create, focus on the life that I want to live, and enjoy every second of it. And that's what we have to remember, is that everything going on outside of us is a projection in some way of everything, of everybody else's bullshit. And it's like, and us, so it's like, hold yourselves and your vision steady of what you are trying to create. Who do you want in your life? What do you want in your life? What do you want to drive? What do you want to be? What do you want to feel like? What do you want to feel like is really, the most important. It's like, you'd have the huge houses and the nice cars and the cute little dog and the 3 kids and the beautiful husband or wife. But if you wake up feeling shit every day, none of that matters. None of that matters. I can have millions of dollars in my bank account, but if I wake up depressed, anxious, and feeling like shit, that money can probably get me to another destination, but I will be going to that destination. If I'm depressed, there's nothing that, material shit is just material things. It can't really bring that true happiness that you seek and are searching and looking for. It's a peace within your heart that you are seeking and searching for. And unfortunately, I have found that money cannot give that to me, people cannot give that to me, clothes cannot give that to me, cars cannot give that to me. Nothing can. It had to come from within. I had to want to be happy. I had to want to, live a life that I love. I wanted to get my ass up every day and, search and seek within. Who do I want to be? Who is Ashley? Who do I want to be? Who are you? That's what you need to figure out and what you need to go on and go forth and in becoming in all ways, because what else do you got to do? What else do you have to do except have fun, enjoy your life, wake up every day and become what you want to be. Every day, just wake up and act like you already are that. The imposter syndrome, whatever people call that, it's like, no, you are that. If you want to be that, then go be that. That's the beautiful thing about humans, is that we can be and we can switch and we can change. And I can go to school tomorrow to be a doctor. I can go to school tomorrow to be a lawyer. I would never do those things, but I could go and be a yoga instructor, or I'm a healer today. I can go do whatever. Like, that's the beautiful thing about being a human, is that we have the capabilities, the mind, the imagination, that we can go and do and be anything that we want to be. So throw that imposter crap out the window and just step into it. Hey, family, this is who I am now. Hey, world, this is who I am now. I'm sure my family probably, in some ways still sees me as this screwed up person, but I don't care. I don't care what people back home think of me. I don't care what anybody perceives me to be. I just know who I am in my heart, and my mind, my body, and my soul. And there's nobody else that can tell me that, oh, you are not this, or oh, you are this. It's like, you do not know me. Therefore, you cannot tell me who I am. I know who I am. I will tell you who I am. You can see me as you want. You can perceive me as this type of a person, but that's your truth. That's not my truth. And to each of you, nobody else's opinion about you matters. All that matters is how you see you, how you feel about you, how you wake up and feel, in your heart about yourself. That's all that matters. Nobody else's opinions should even make a bit of difference how you proceed in your life. It is you. It's all about you. And it's not selfish to be and to heal and to work on you and to work on being a better version of you, so that you can be a better wife, a better husband, a better mom, a better dad, a better employee, a better business owner. This is the key, is working on you. That's the key. That was the key for me. How do I become a better mother? I become better just within myself, self-development, and working on me. That's how I can be better to her. That's how I can be better to, my people in my life, is by working within myself and being compassionate and loving and kind. And it took me getting a lot of this stuff up and out of me, a lot of that shit that was weighing me down and it's like I had glasses on that when I looked at myself, I saw this terrible human being. And it's like, why would you ever think that of yourselves? Why would you ever think you are a terrible human being? If there's anything you've done in your lives that is not of, if it's something that you're embarrassed about or ashamed of, I would say, acknowledge it, learn from it, and then move on. If I sat here all day and felt ashamed for all the things that I've done in my life, oh my gosh, I would never get on here. I would never go forth in anything. I have a lot of things that people look at me and they're like, oh, you're so good, you're so this, you're so of the light. It's like, I have walked through the darkest of darkest hells, just like most people. I've done things that I am not proud of, that I should feel ashamed of, but I don't. I accept that I was in a place in time that I needed to experience those things. I was in a time and place where I didn't know better, and I was living and living through trauma, living through pain. And when you're living in trauma, when you're constantly in this survival mode, you do things that you're not even like, in my mind, I wasn't even conscious. I was just doing, I was just partying, I was just going, I was just trying to forget everything. And so you're just going. You don't really think on a heart level. You don't really think on a consciousness level. You're just trying to survive, trying to live, you know? And so allow yourself some grace for just being here in this moment and being on this planet right now and just being a human. You have to deal with all these emotions and all this crap and go to work and, you know, all this stuff. Just give yourself some grace for a minute. Let yourselves breathe. Be proud of yourselves for making it this far, and just, you're clearing karmic, you know, family karma and your karma and past life karma and just, oh my gosh, just the whole thing. You're doing it though. And so be proud of yourself and love yourself and give yourself some hugs and some good love and love each other and tell your friends you love them and call your people. And anyways, okay. Thank you for letting me chat and do all this. It's coming up, and I hope you receive it with the highest love from my heart to yours. I love you all so much, and I will see you soon. Bye.